Only in America can someone sell invisible shelves, shark-proof wax, and NASA-approved moon dust on the same website. Craigslist isn't just a marketplace. It's a playground for scammers with too much imagination and zero shame. What you're about to hear isn't fiction. It's 101 real Craigslist scams so dumb, they make pyramid schemes look sophisticated. 1. Picture this. A Phoenix pet psychic swore she could beam your lost cat home for just $299 in Target gift cards. One hopeful owner scratched off 12 cards, waited by the window, and, shocker, no feline teleportation. The ad vanished faster than a laser pointer dot. Still believe in quantum kitty delivery? 2. An Ohio seller bragged about live Civil War cannonballs and even promised safe UPS ground shipping. A history buff wired $500 dreaming mantelpiece glory. Bomb squad sirens replaced the delivery truck, revealing spray-painted bowling balls filled with gravel. Next time, maybe stick to snow globes and save the drama. 3. Los Angeles hosted a nutrition guru who claimed her backyard chickens laid eggs preloaded with natural Botox. Eat breakfast, erase wrinkles. Parking lot buyers cracked shells only to find hollow plastic Easter eggs oozing Miracle Whip. Face unchanged, wallet older. Sunny side up or scam sunny side down. Either way, yoked again. 4. A Brooklyn hipster bottled artisanal cherry blossom air in mason jars for $40 a sniff. Each jar arrived taped shut with a warning: do not inhale until you post. Lab tests found, brace yourself, ordinary subway-adjacent atmosphere. Sniff the trend if you must, but your lungs prefer freebies. 5. Denver shoppers jumped at mountain fresh snowballs shipped overnight in July. The box showed up as a soggy Ziploc plus a note: global warming says hi. Refund policy melted right alongside the product. Better to start a water fight the old-fashioned way: turn on a hose. 6. A Florida salvage pro claimed he'd rescued silicone mermaid tails from a Disney cruise mishap. $350 each. Dreamers unboxed moldy pool noodles duct-taped into floppy flippers. The only splash was their bank balance. Still want to be part of that world? Maybe stick to snorkels. 7. Over in Seattle, a minimalist advertised an invisible bookshelf. $120 for a revolutionary mounting kit. The padded envelope contained nothing but air and instructions to visualize screws and manifest stability. One reviewer praised its Zen vibe, proving some folks will literally pay for nothing. Clap for the Emperor's new shelf? 8. Somewhere in the Midwest, a breeder hyped miniature Great Danes, 12 pounds full-grown. Photos were pups, photoshopped beside an oversized sneaker. Deposits poured in, until buyers found the address was a demolished strip mall. The only thing truly tiny? Your refund chances. Giant mistake, right? 9. Houston space nerds snapped up NASA-approved moon dust, $250 a jar. Lab tests showed the gray powder was backyard barbecue ash. The seller insisted it was lunar adjacent. Houston, we have a refund problem and a smoky smell. 10. A Vermont eco-startup pitched pre-composted salads to skip digestion and shrink your carbon footprint. Subscribers unboxed leaking bags of brown lettuce smelling like barnyard perfume. Translation: run away quickly. Greenwashing? More like green mush. Your compost bin deserves better. 11. Vegas gamblers spotted lucky air filters removed from high roller suites. Inhale jackpot vibes for $80. Buyers received rusty HVAC grates dustier than an Elvis wig. Slot machines ignored the magic breeze. Wallets got filtered instead. Next time, breathe normally and keep your chips. 12. A Portland crafter sold guitars carved from shipwreck wood haunted by sea shanties. For $900, you got warped plywood, misted with ocean-scented Febreze, and a QR link to a playlist. Strum it and hear ghosts of your vanished paycheck. Maybe stick to air guitar. Spirits are free. 13. A Fresno, licensed time traveler, advertised gently used 2034 iPhones. 3 left, crypto only. Shoppers received empty boxes and a note. Temporal Customs seized devices. Blame timeline police. Complaints filed before shipping labels printed. Head hurt yet? Or just your wallet? 14. Braves diehards jumped at secret rooftop stadium tickets promising free nachos served by retired legends. PDFs scanned as coupons for 10% off roofing shingles. If it sounds too cheesy, nacho ticket, grab real seats, hold the queso. 15. A Rhode Island tinkerer sold left-handed coffee mugs that allegedly spin caffeine molecules counterclockwise for smoother flavor. Boxes held ordinary mugs with right handles snapped off. Sip that irony or spill the beans. Either way, the morning grind just got extra grindy for your wallet. 16. San Diego surfers ordered shark repellent surf wax, emitting a secret frequency only predators hate. The tin arrived empty, labeled, "Sound is silent, bro." Hope rubbed onto boards. Sharks unimpressed. Remember, courage is cool, but common sense floats better. Save the wax money for tacos. 17. Detroit bargain hunters clicked on vintage 1990s Wi-Fi routers, perfect for Y2K parties. Each box contained a beige wood block with a printed Netscape logo and 0 blinking lights. Nostalgia is fine. Paying broadband prices for plywood? Your modem will thank you. 18. A so-called Hollywood casting director in Fresno promised Marvel background roles. Refundable $150 cape-fitting deposit. Hopeful extras mailed cash, practiced heroic poses, and waited. No movie, no cape, no refund. The only superpower gained was invisibility of your money. Cue sad trombone. 19. New Orleans shoppers bought voodoo-charged USB drives to hex an ex's phone battery. They received 128 Menobai sticks with 1 file. Boo! No dark magic, just dark humor and lighter wallets. Maybe burn sage around your bank statement instead. Hex canceled. Funds vanished. 20. Phoenix inventors listed solar-powered flashlights that work great in total darkness once charged. Packages contained regular flashlights without batteries and a sticker reading "Sun sold separately." Enlightenment is overrated when you can't find the tent zipper. Night hikes deserve better punchlines. 21. A Kansas ad pushed DIY tornado kits with a plastic funnel, busted desk fan, and mystical instructions. Spin with intent. Buyers hoping for science got cosplay props. Tornado power, 0. Hot air, plenty. Wallets whirled into the real vortex. Dorothy still isn't impressed. 22. Miami influencers ordered invisible swimsuits, the ultimate minimalist beach statement. Flat envelopes arrived stamped, "Trust us, it's in there." Seller refused refunds, claiming buyers lost the product. Same tan lines, smaller bank account. If you can't see it, neither can your money, friend. 23. Colorado hikers clicked mountain lion repellent bells, tuned to a predator-repelling frequency. Delivered jingle bells painted camo green. Experts confirmed lions preferred dinner that jingles. The only thing repelled was common sense. Silent night, holy smokes, indeed. 24. In Boston, a self-proclaimed Harvard dropout sold unfinished diplomas so you could DIY your Ivy destiny. The parchment was grocery bags ironed flat, coffee stains included. Higher education costs, but paying for fake homework paper. That elective's called Wallet 101. Enrollment closed, funds open. 25. A Nashville songwriter offered custom country hits with your name for $75. Recordings arrived as AI text-to-speech over stolen banjo loops, mispronouncing the client's name 6 ways. Heartbreak feels worse when it's spelled wrong. Y'all deserve better serenades. Maybe hum your own tune. 26. Austin techies bought AI-enhanced smart rocks that learn your grip patterns. Each pebble linked to a looping GIF of a pet rock commercial. No Bluetooth, no brains, just geology and gullibility holding hands. Talk about a hard sell. Rock on, preferably away from checkout. 27. An Alabama farmer listed pre-spoiled milk for bakers craving authentic buttermilk biscuits. Gallons arrived chunky, warm, and labeled artisan acidity varies, no refunds. That's culture shock, not cultured dairy. Cheddar your expectations accordingly, my doughy friend. 28. Minneapolis cyclists ordered Eternal Air bike tires filled with NASA's non-compressible gas. Delivered wheels were pool floaties, zip-tied to rims. First pothole sounded like New Year's Eve. Puncture protection sold separately, apparently. Better pedal prepared, always. 29. A Jersey Shore entrepreneur sold sand from Springsteen's favorite beach, collected at dawn. Buyers unboxed glitter-sprinkled gravel that never met the ocean. The only thing born to run was your payment. Save cash for concert tickets and sunscreen. Glory days indeed. 30. Seattle roasters hyped caffeine-free beans that taste stronger than espresso. Mind blown. Customers received ordinary decaf spritzed with coffee-scented air freshener. Strength isn't just aroma. Energy drinks don't come from Glade plugins. Your mug deserves actual magic beans every morning. 31. A Boy's Potato Sommelier marketed vintage 2014 russets aged in climate-controlled cellars for deeper starch notes. Buyers unwrapped shriveled spuds packaged like cigars. One crumbled mid-unboxing. Gourmet, more like gourmet. Idaho says, sorry, grab fresh ones at the store instead. 32. Philadelphia Patriots ordered Liberty Bell sound recordings on vinyl, crack included. The record offered 30 minutes of saucepan tapping. Historic? Hardly. At least the crack was real. Right in your financial liberty. Independence deserves better background music. Try a real bell tour instead. 33. Silicon Valley featured a crypto therapist offering Zoom sessions to help your Bitcoin reach emotional potential, $200 an hour. Clients heard a meditation track. Visualize the blockchain hugging itself. Portfolio still sad, wallet thinner. Hodl onto sanity, not snake oil. 34. Anchorage adventurers bought DIY igloo kits with pre-cut ice blocks in insulated crates. Deliveries contained styrofoam coolers of water and a pamphlet. Just freeze and stack. Alaska already supplies free ice, but apparently irony costs extra. Bundle up your budget, friend. 35. An Orlando theme park insider sold laminated skip-the-line spells, promising instant fast-pass magic. The card read, "Bibbidi-bobbidi-boo, let me through." Security laughed, lines stayed long, and the seller's PayPal turned into a pumpkin at midnight. Fairy tales end happily. This one ends with an overdraft fee. Wish upon a star for refunds. 36. An upstate New York heritage chef offered jars of Prohibition-era moonshine starter. Just add water and wait 3 days for authentic 1920s liquor. Buyers received cracked mason jars containing dry baker's yeast and a shot of food coloring. The only thing that fermented was their patience. Fancy a sip of that timeline, or keep your liver and wallet intact? 37. In Santa Fe, a desert artisan sold hand-tuned wind chimes that summon rain on command. Shoppers unboxed tangled coat hangers with bottle caps strung like sad maracas. When the drought continued, the seller blamed negative vibes from skeptics. Clouds stayed clear, bank accounts not so much. Rain dance optional, umbrella recommended. 38. A Charlotte entrepreneur promoted Bluetooth-enabled garden gnomes that allegedly played motivational podcasts to help plants grow faster. Customers got hollow plastic gnomes and a sticker saying, "Imagine the sound." Tomatoes remained unmotivated. Neighbors very confused. Green thumbs deserve better tech. Maybe try sunlight and water first, wild thought. 39. Pittsburgh saw listings for bridge-certified pigeons, trained to deliver small packages across rivers, $60 per bird. Buyers received shoebox pigeons that immediately flew home, straight back to the scammer's rooftop coop for the next sale. That's recycling, avian style. Message in a feather? More like money flying south. 40. A Las Vegas Aura photographer offered Polaroids capturing the winning glow before you hit the slots. $45 to snapshot. The instant film turned out to be blank white squares. She claimed, Your aura is so pure, it's invisible. Nice try, but casinos still took the colorful cash right out of your pocket. 41. In Milwaukee, a seller advertised craft beer bubble bath tablets, promising hop-infused relaxation. Packages arrived as crumbling Alka-Seltzer tablets dyed amber. Users reported smelling like expired IPA and feeling decidedly unrefreshed. Next time, pour the beer into a glass, not the tub. Cheers to better choices. 42. A Dallas rodeo tech marketed virtual reality cowboy hats, supposedly projecting 360-degree prairie sunsets inside the brim. Shoppers received regular felt hats with QR codes leading to a YouTube loop of tumbleweeds. Saddle up your disappointment, partner. Reality's already pretty virtual when you're out $50. 43. Portland cyclists found ethically sourced bike chains, forged from recycled meteorites, promising cosmic commuting. Deliveries contained spray-painted plastic links that snapped on first pedal. The seller suggested riding with intention, not torque. Cosmic indeed. Your Uber home will feel very grounded. 44. A licensed alpaca whisperer in Boulder sold subscriptions to live-streamed yoga with llamas, $25 a month. Subscribers got a pixelated feed of someone in a llama costume humming off-key Enya. Namaste, more like nah, I stay away. Stretch your budget elsewhere, maybe with a real mat. 45. Chicago Cubs fans spotted Wrigley Field ivy clippings, encased in acrylic keychains, $35 each. The greenery was clearly plastic aquarium decor, but the seller claimed ivy never dies in our hearts. That sentiment won't open your front door, or your chargeback claim, any faster. 46. In Tampa, a tropical techie sold waterproof phone cases made from upcycled alligator skin, promising swamp-level durability. Boxes contained adhesive sandwich bags with a cartoon gator sticker. First pool dunk turned phones into pricey paperweights. Florida man strikes again, but your warranty won't wrestle that gator. 47. A Minneapolis ad boasted self-warming mittens powered by positive affirmations. Inside each glove was a slip reading, "I'm hot." Frostbite victims disagreed. The scammer's defense? You didn't believe hard enough. Warm feelings, cold fingers, frozen funds. Pick two. 48. Nashville's Music Row saw vintage vinyl air fresheners, allegedly pressed from lost Johnny Cash acetates. Buyers opened warped black frisbees soaked in pine-scented oil. The man in black would have sung the refund blues. Maybe stick to real records and open a window. 49. In Silicon Valley, someone pitched NFT-linked houseplants, whose leaves supposedly changed color with crypto market swings. Shoppers got plastic succulents painted green and red Sharpie stripes. The only thing fluctuating was their bank balance. Buy low, sigh high. 50. A Detroit mechanic offered carburetor essential oil diffusers to make your classic Mustang smell like freedom. The kit was a glass vial of peppermint oil and a rubber band. Engine lights stayed on. Wallets went dark. Freedom costs more than a whiff of mint, folks. 51. An Atlanta Southern gentleman sold plantation-era sweet tea starter crystals. The mystery powder was instant iced tea mix relabeled with sepia-toned clip art. Buyers tasted nothing but regret and high fructose corn syrup. Hospitality is sweet, but that scam was unsweetened. 52. Seattle gamers purchased espresso-infused controller grips, promising quicker reflexes. Packages contained sticky rubber bands smelling faintly of stale coffee. High score? Only in caffeine disappointment. Maybe practice instead of caffeinate your thumbs. 53. A New Haven ad offered Yale dorm room ambiance candles, capturing the scent of intellectual pursuit. The candles reeked of burnt popcorn and anxiety. Accurate, yet hardly luxurious. $25 for nostalgia you never had? Pass the real popcorn and a cheaper lighter. 54. Phoenix homeowners eyed cactus-based burglar alarms that allegedly screamed when touched. They received tiny succulents glued to motion sensor keychains that chirped like dying smoke detectors. Prickly purchase, zero security. The only break-in was into your checking account. 55. In Kansas City, a BBQ historian sold jars of pre-smoked air from legendary cook-offs, guaranteed to improve any grill. Buyers inhaled nothing but stale atmosphere scented with liquid smoke. Backyard burgers remained average, bank accounts fully charred. 56. A Rhode Island artist pushed invisible ink portraits, revealing themselves only during full moons. Customers got blank canvases and lunar phase instructions. Surprise! Nothing appeared, even under a blood moon. Art may be subjective, but that invoice was painfully objective. 57. Denver snowboarders clicked on gravity-reduced snowboards, claiming NASA-grade anti-weight tech. Delivered boards were plywood with spray-painted stars and hidden ankle weights, heavier than normal. Catching air, only figuratively, as your money floated off-piste. 58. A Baltimore foodie promised crab-flavored vegan crab cakes made from secret Chesapeake spices. Boxes arrived containing beige sponges dipped in Old Bay. Chew on that, or maybe just mop the kitchen floor and call it even. 59. In Salt Lake City, a mountain monk sold snow melt meditation bowls tuned to high-altitude frequencies. The bowls were dented dog dishes with a decal of Everest. Buyers listening for enlightenment heard only the echo of poor decisions. 60. A Honolulu listing advertised reef-safe suntan oil with built-in Wi-Fi blocker. Bottles contained coconut-scented baby oil and a warning: signal loss may vary. Spoiler: phones worked fine, and so did the scammer's PayPal signal. 61. Cleveland Browns fans grabbed pre-cursed footballs, said to absorb team heartbreak so the next season starts fresh. Boxes delivered deflated Nerf balls painted brown. Heartbreak remained. Season tickets still expensive, curse intact. Therapy not included. 62. An Anchorage. Northern Lights engineer sold LED goggles promising a private aurora show indoors. Buyers unwrapped cheap party glasses with flashing green bulbs. The only spectacle was watching bank statements dim. The real sky is free. Step outside. 63. Miami drivers bought alligator-proof tire treads for swampy shortcuts. Shipments contained green duct tape rolls and a comic strip instruction sheet. First gator encounter? Unknown. First tire blowout? Guaranteed. Florida road trip, anyone? 64. A Boston Revolution reenactor listed powder horn phone chargers, crafted from historic cattle horns. The plastic horns melted on first plug-in, leaving phones dead and rooms smelling like burnt crayons. Taxation without representation? Worse, charging without electrons. 65. Las Vegas nightlife ads promoted hangover prepaid water bottles. Drink now, hydrate later. Bottles arrived empty with a note: hydration scheduled for tomorrow. Heads throbbed, humor landed, money evaporated. Maybe drink water today? 66. An Omaha farmer touted Bluetooth barn door locks, monitored by cows for added security. Buyers received padlocks with fake LEDs and a QR code linking to a cow moo sound effect. Bovine cybersecurity? Utter nonsense, cash milked. 67. A San Antonio cowboy coder sold code injectable spurs to boost productivity. Tap heel, auto compile. Spurs were plastic toys with USB cables that did nothing but trip breakers. Deadline missed, toes bruised, scammer long gone over the horizon. 68. New Orleans tourists bought Mardi Gras bead insurance, ensuring beads would never tangle. The policy was a single-use zip tie and a smiley face sticker. Parade night knots remained legendary, claim department unreachable. Laissez les bon temps rouler, just not your cash. 69. A Rochester snow whisperer offered silent snowblowers powered by white noise frequencies. Deliveries were cardboard boxes labeled "Silence Inside." Technically accurate, nothing but empty hush. Driveway still buried, wallet feeling plowed. 70. Sacramento gardeners ordered talking tomato steaks that remind you to water. The stakes were painted dowels with pre-recorded messages repeating, "You forgot again." Batteries died after 2 hours. Guilt lingered. Tomatoes wilted in solidarity. 71. Finally, in this batch, a Brooklyn subway archaeologist sold limited edition Metro dust fossils, claiming layers from every decade since 1904. Buyers received clumps of dryer lint, encased in resin. Authentic? Hardly. But hey, at least your mantle now has a conversation starter about gullibility and a $20 farewell. 72. Ever seen a drive-through seance? In St. Louis, a self-proclaimed medium set up in a vacant parking lot, promising to channel loved ones through your car radio for $40. Drivers tuned to the designated AM frequency and heard pre-recorded static interspersed with "grandma" whispers. Ghosts stayed silent. Catalytic converters, sadly, did not. One more thing the scammer spirited away. 73. Down in Mobile, an ad promoted swamp-grown avocados, supposedly twice as creamy thanks to alligator-fertilized soil. Shoppers received lumpy green softballs that turned black overnight and oozed like horror movie props. The seller's tip? Just scrape off the natural patina. Culinary adventure or biology experiment gone wrong. Either way, your guac budget just got gator rolled. 74. A Cincinnati sound healer sold tuning fork earbuds, guaranteed to balance chakras while streaming podcasts. Packages arrived with 2 metal salad forks attached to twine. No Bluetooth, no audio jack, just good vibrations of disappointment. Customers meditated on refund possibilities, aligning only with the frequency of buyer's remorse. 75. In Boulder, a mountain mystic offered jars of oxygen-enriched snowmelt for altitude training. $65 a gulp. The liquid was tap water tinged with blue food coloring and a sprinkle of glitter for electrolytic sparkle. Athletes reported no performance boost unless sprinting to the bathroom counts. Hydration never felt so dehydrating. 76. Minneapolis renters found listings for guaranteed ghost-free apartments, small surcharge included. After move-in, tenants discovered flickering lights, cold spots, and a Bluetooth speaker hidden in the attic playing spooky noises. The landlord shrugged. Proof the guarantee works, those aren't real ghosts. Deposit gone, haunting feelings remain. 77. A Reno casino life coach sold laminated statistically lucky gestures to perform at slot machines. Think jazz hands at 11 p.m. Buyers practiced in hotel mirrors, then lost their bankrolls plus dignity. Coach's fine print, luck may vary after sunrise. House always wins, especially when it charges consulting fees. 78. In Hartford, a colonial alchemist peddled lead-to-gold starter kits with historically accurate instructions. Contents? A hunk of painted lead, a magnifying glass, and a motivational quote. Alchemy success rate, 0. Conversion rate, your cash to his pocket, 100%. The Philosopher's Stone might still be hiding in the refund department. 79. San Diego pet owners snapped up seashell dog whistles, advertised to summon dolphins for beach playdates. What arrived were dollar store conch shells coated in glitter glue. Dogs heard nothing, dolphins ignored everything. Seagulls stole sandwiches, and scammers laughed all the way to a shell company. 80. A Boise potato futurist listed Wi-Fi-enabled spuds, capable of broadcasting small-range hotspots when baked. Shoppers got ordinary russets with burnt QR codes that led to a rickroll. Connection speed, 0 Mbps. Comedy latency, immediate. Idaho, we have a problem. 81. In Raleigh, an antique influencer sold pre-hashtagged Polaroids from 1984, claiming retro clout boosts. The photos were blank except for hand-scribbled "totally 80s." Instagram refused to recognize nostalgia as currency. Meanwhile, the seller's account vanished faster than new Coke. 82. A Detroit Rust Belt entrepreneur offered urban foraging starter packs. Paper bags of allegedly edible sidewalk moss. Recipients found shredded green kitchen sponges sprayed with lemon juice. The only foraging afterward was through cabinets for antacid tablets. Sustainable living just got unsustainably expensive. 83. Miami nightlife featured ocean-proof eyelashes, guaranteed to stay on through jet ski rides. Orders arrived as fuzzy pipe cleaners with double-sided tape. First wave, lashes floated away like tiny sea cucumbers, leaving raccoon eye selfies and waterproof regret. Beauty is pain, but this was highway robbery on water skis. 84. In Tucson, a cactus couture boutique sold edible succulent jewelry, doubling as emergency hydration. Necklaces arrived as plastic beads filled with aloe-scented hand sanitizer. One bite in, buyers discovered flavor notes of regret and Purell. Fashion statement or gastrointestinal protest? Choose wisely. 85. A Pittsburgh Steel City chef marketed magnetic cutlery that supposedly clings to plates to prevent spills. Customers received forks glued with cheap fridge magnets that demagnetized in the dishwasher. Soup flew, silverware slid, and wallets took the real hit. Dinner table physics still undefeated. 86. In New Orleans, a bayou botanist sold self-boiling crawfish pots activated by Cajun chants. Boxes contained dented stock pots and a lyric sheet to Jambalaya. Heat source not included, of course. Hungry buyers ended up singing around cold water. Audible gumbo of disappointment. 87. Portland minimalists loved the idea of subscription-free streaming mirrors, promising endless content, your own reflection, while saving on Netflix. Mirrors cost $129 and arrived cracked, symbolizing fractured attention spans. Streaming quality, 4K self-doubt. Cancel anytime, but refunds remain buffering. 88. A Cleveland ad offered Rock and Roll Hall of Fame air guitar strings, invisible yet factory-stretched by legends. The envelope, unsurprisingly, was empty save for a certificate of authenticity printed in Comic Sans. Rock on, but maybe keep your real wallet in a real pocket. 89. Chicago commuters bought foldable commuter helmets, advertised as origami-grade safety gear. Deliveries were cardboard bike share flyers with dotted fold lines. First pothole test flattened confidence quicker than the helmet. Surgeon General still recommends actual protection. Scammer recommends 5-star reviews. 90. In Salt Lake City, a mountain monk sold snowflake cloning kits for endless winter wonder. Inside, a magnifying glass, glitter, and instructions to believe hard. Cloning success, 0. Crafting mess, blizzard level. Memories melted faster than your PayPal balance. 91. A Boston lobster psychologist claimed crustaceans get lonely in tanks and offered emotionally supportive rubber bands, scented with lavender, $12 per claw. Restaurants that bought in noticed 0 mood shifts, but diners noticed menu prices climb. The only relaxed creature, the scammer basking in spa day profits. 92. Atlanta drivers snapped up peach-scented catalytic converters, allegedly theft-proof because thieves dislike fruity smells. Shipments were spray cans of car freshener and a suggestion to spritz the undercarriage. Catalytic converters continued disappearing, but now the getaway truck smelled like summer picnic. 93. A Seattle cloud curator sold USB sticks preloaded with authentic Pacific Northwest drizzle sounds for sleep therapy. Buyers plugged in to hear 5 minutes of looped faucet drip recorded in a bathroom. Dreamy? Maybe. Drippy finances? Definitely. 94. Orlando parents found theme park stamina patches, claiming to infuse kids with 12 hours of energy-balanced calm. Patches were plain stickers with a cartoon mouse and the phrase, "Believe in naps." Children melted down by noon. Parents melted down Visa cards. 95. In Austin, a live music mixologist sold barbecue-flavored vape juice, said to pair perfectly with brisket. Bottles smelled like burnt sugar and liquid smoke. Vape rigs clogged instantly. Flavor profile, ashtray in a food truck. Yeehaw, taste buds, see you at the dentist. 96. A Newark airport guru offered TSA-approved miracle socks that guaranteed no security line waits. The socks, neon orange and knee-high, drew extra pat-downs instead. Flight missed, wallet lighter, feet suddenly chilly in the holding area. Fashion faux pas cleared for takeoff. 97. Minneapolis hockey fans bought freeze-proof beer koozies filled with Arctic gel. Packages arrived as knit mittens cut in half and stuffed with slushy mix. First slapshot celebration exploded sticky ice over the rink. Penalty for roughing, your credit score. 98. In Richmond, a Civil War reenactment techie sold Bluetooth bayonets that sync sword clashes to Spotify playlists. The blade was plastic, the Bluetooth light a glued-on LED. Battle playlists never played, but scammers marched off triumphantly. History repeats, especially financial tragedies. 99. A Denver mile-high yogi promoted altitude-compressed yoga mats that supposedly unroll thicker at sea level. Shoppers received thin camping pads, vacuum-sealed to look slimmer. Post-flight reveal? Same flimsy mat, thicker sarcasm. Downward dog your way to a dispute claim. 100. In Fresno, a farm-to-table futurist sold pre-peeled corn on the cob, wrapped in eco-plastic. Buyers unsealed, soggy, kernel-less cobs with a note, "Kernel rights reserved." Corny joke, husky price. Pop that into the Scam Hall of Fame. 101. Finally, a Brooklyn rooftop astronomer listed pre-signed shooting star certificates dated for next Thursday at 9:17 p.m. Guaranteed wish fulfillment. The parchment featured a blurry watermark of a sparkler and a serial number that matched every certificate sold. Wishes didn't come true, but one thing did. The seller's dream of cashing in on cosmic optimism. Craigslist might be a marketplace, but today it felt more like a museum of human gullibility. From Bluetooth-enabled rocks to emotion-sensitive rubber bands for lobsters, these scams weren't just dumb. They were oddly brilliant in the worst possible way. So if you're ever tempted by NASA snow or lucky jazz hands, just remember, the internet never runs out of weird, and neither do we. See you next time, fact lovers.